Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Allie Cobb, Director of Children's Youth and Family Ministries at St. John's United Methodist Church in Kansas City, and welcome to this week's craft time. As we learned earlier this week from reading in our Deep Blue Storybook Bible, we learned about when Jesus calmed the storm. And we learned that it was in the New Testament, which means that it was everything since Jesus has been born, because the Old Testament is everything before Jesus was born. And it was a time when he was with his 12 disciples, and his disciples were kind of like his really good friends that helped spread the message of his love. So he was on a boat, actually out on a lake. I don't know if any of you guys have been out on a lake or anything, and a big storm happened. And Jesus had had a long day of teaching, and he just wanted to take a nap. Do you guys like to take naps? I do. I don't think any of you probably do, but grown-ups love themselves some naps. And so Jesus was no different. He had a long day and wanted to take a little nap. And while he was napping, a big storm came up, and the disciples were worried that they might die because water was starting to come onto the boat. So they woke up Jesus and told him, and Jesus did something amazing. He did a miracle. He told the water to stop and the wind to calm down, and they actually listened to him. I can even get my own kids to listen to me. Yet Jesus was able to get the waters and the winds to calm down because God is always listening to us, especially to Jesus. So we are going to have a fun little craft today that deals with water. And we're going to do two different water crafts today. So our first one that we're going to do, you probably have all of these materials around your house. You'll just need a piece of paper. Cardstock works a little bit better. I just have a plain piece of white paper. If you want to, you can either yourself or have like a grown-up help you kind of like cut out some waves in it, or you could just use a Sharpie for it. I'm just gonna leave mine blank today because I'm not feeling in a fancy mood to do all that. And then some shaving cream. So what you're gonna do is you are going to, here, let me see if I can move my camera down so you can see. So I'm just going to put some shaving cream on my paper. Like that. It's kind of silly. And I'm also going to get some food coloring. So I'm going to take my food coloring, and you can use different colors if you'd like. I'm going to use blue today because we're learning about the ocean and everything, or Jesus was on the lake, I guess. And so you're just going to put a couple drops of food coloring onto your piece of paper, and then I just have a Q-tip, and I'm just going to mix it around. Now when you're doing this, if you don't have a Q-tip, you could always use where's the word escaping me right now? Help me out, think of the word. Wooden tongue depressor stick, popsicle stick. There we go, wooden popsicle stick. See, I need a nap. You can do that, or you can just use your hands, but you're going to move it around. There we go. Should have probably just used my hand. It would have probably been faster. There we go. Moving it around all nice and fun. And with my shaving cream, and I'm going to let it sit in for just a second while we move on to our next craft. There you go. And if you put it under a cookie sheet, it's a little bit cleaner. But I made some kind of like ocean waves, kind of like a storm is happening. So I'm gonna let that sit there for a minute and soak in, and at the very end, we're gonna scrape it all off so that you can see kind of what your piece of paper looks like. It'll kind of look like a fun little ocean. And then we're going to make, for our second craft today, we're going to make a sensory bottle. So I just have a bottle of water. I took out half the water, so just half a bottle of water, nothing fancy. And we are going to make our own like storm. So I have a bottle of baby oil. So you might need some help with this, but I'm going to put some baby oil into my water bottle. They almost blend together, don't they? It's going to be a pretty fun one. This should be enough. Okay, and water is normally blue, so we are going to make our water blue today. So some more blue food coloring. My daughter Emery was here right now. She would be wanting a pink water because to her, everything is pink in her world. Emery is at Camp Grandma for the day. And then I also have some blue glitter. Like I said, it's gonna be a really fun one today. So you'll put a little bit of blue glitter in your bottle as well. Make it nice and shiny and pretty. Now for this next part, if you have like little like plastic pieces of like fish or like some like underwater like creature sort of things, that would work. For some reason I thought I had mermaid confetti left for Emery's birthday party this year. I didn't. but I do just have plain old normal confetti that's like little balloons, but we're going to pretend for the day that they're like crabs or seashells. And I'm going to put a few of those into my bottle. Let's see if I can actually get them in to make it a little bit more fun and festive. And I want to put just a little bit more baby oil in my bottle. Now grown-ups, if you want to make sure that this bottle stays super duper tied down and secure, you can get a little bit of hot glue and hot glue the lid down just to really make sure that there are no accidents and it does not pop open. Obviously hot glue, you're going to want to be the ones that does it and not your kiddos. So when Jesus fell asleep, there was a storm. So what happens with storms? There's waves. So you can kind of mess around with it, and look, you can see all of my fun glitter. You can see some of my fun little things, my little balloons that are floating in there and everything. And then when Jesus told the water to stop or to calm down, hopefully if your moms ever, or dads or grandmas ever tell you to stop and calm down, you listen to them, and you can see that as you start to calm down, that our bottle starts to separate. You can see how like my glitter and my water is on the bottom and my clear baby oil is on the top. So it looks like the waters have settled. They've kind of separated a little bit. And you can get to more of the science how oil and water don't mix. Ooh, let me see if I can move that. There we go. See, and you can see they're now all nice and calm. Okay, now back to my first craft for today with our shaving cream and everything. It's kind of a fun craft. So you're going to, I'm just going to use my hand, get it all nice and messy. You're just going to scrape off your shaving cream. This is a very messy craft for me all of a sudden. And you'll see how you have fun little ocean waves. It actually smells good. And now you've made your own ocean. Well, thank you guys very much for joining me today for our craft. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you have a good rest of your week filled with calm and peace, knowing that Jesus is always there to listen to your worries. Bye, everybody.